Dennis, welcome to top 10 HoodoHoodlum's
Top
Revenge.
10 HoodoHoodlum Facts.
Hood. Yo, Hood, tell me.
What's up, dude?
What's with the name?
What's with the name?
Number one fact.
HoodoHoodlum's Revenge.
That's
Number
the
one
one.
fact. Where did my name come from? People who grew up in the early 2000s will know of the game Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc. That game was the shit back in the day. I played that game so many times. If you have played that game, there is one enemy in the game called the Hoodo, who is a hoodlum. See where I'm going with this? So when I was 10 years old, and I wanted to create my first YouTube channel.
Of course.
And I was like,
In Minecraft.
yeah, and I was like, what would be a good name? No, this was in 2008, so Minecraft wasn't even like a thing back then. So in 2008, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a cool YouTube channel. Let's think of a good name. And so I thought, hey, the Hoodo from Rayman 3 has a super badass musical theme that I loved listening to as a kid. So I was like, hey, let's take the Hoodo and then the Hoodlum. Let's put them together. And then because I was 10 years old, I spelled Hoodo wrong because it's supposed to be Hood-O with two O's. But I just wrote it with one O because I thought that was how you spelled it. So I went HoodoHoodlum. So in 2012, I wanted to get into AdSense because I wanted to see if I could monetize on my videos. But there was like a problem with my first email address. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna delete the email address and attach it to my to a new email. What I didn't realize back then was that if you delete your email, your YouTube channel goes too.
Yeah.
So I deleted my YouTube channel too because I deleted my email.
Nice.
So it completely disappeared. All of my the first videos that I made just completely disappeared, and I was heartbroken because of that. I was like, oh my god, what have I done? And so my dad came to me and he's like, hey Dennis, what's going on? And I was like, I friggin' deleted my YouTube channel, what am I gonna do? But he basically told me that, hey Dennis, you know, it's gonna be fine, just make a new channel and just call it like HoodoHoodlum's Revenge or something, because you're taking revenge on YouTube, except I was the one who fucked up, but yeah, my dad was just joking about it, but I was like, sure, I'll call it HoodoHoodlum's Revenge. Then I created the channel, I uploaded a few new videos, and then I was like, hey, let's make some creepypasta videos, because I feel like I want to get my voice out there. And then suddenly my first video about creepypastas blew up, and then people wanted more, and that's how I evolved.
And this was the fact number one. Fantastic. Why creepypastas?
Why creepypastas? Well, I think when I was around that same age, like 12, 13, I remember going on a YouTube video of like the scariest Squidward picture ever, and it was like a super hyper-realistic picture of Squidward.
As you should be.
Yeah, and he had like a knife, and in the back you could see like Patrick stabbed to death. And so I went down in the comments, and someone had written something like, oh, I thought this was going to be Squidward suicide. And I was like, wait a minute, Squidward suicide? What's Squidward suicide? And so I Googled that.
Oh no.
Came across the very first creepypasta I ever came across,
Wow.
which was called Squidward Suicide. When you're 12, you don't really notice quality in writing very much. But I remember reading it and was absolutely horrified because that story has so much horrifying, disgusting, vile gore in it. It has like no purpose whatsoever, but when you're 12, you don't care about that. You're like, what the hell is this? Because back then, I didn't know if it was real or not. Because when you're 12, your perception of reality is very limited. And so I was like, oh my god, is this real? And I remember being super scared about it, and like finding YouTube videos of like people having seen footage from the episode. And then I started researching it more, and I came across stories like Suicide Mouse.avi, Dead Bart, and then I remember coming across like a top 10 creepypastas video on YouTube like really long ago. And I remember seeing like Slenderman, The Rake, and I was like, what the hell is this? This is so freaky. What are these creatures? And are they real? And I remember being super enamored by them because
Oh yeah.
Of course, they frightened me very much.
Makes sense.
When I was very young.
Logical.
I wanted to know more about them, and I was like, what's this and that? And so eventually I started, watching a lot of creepypasta content, like Tad's Top Videos, for example.
Oh.
They did a lot of creepypasta videos back in the day. I think a lot of people have noticed that I was very much inspired by them when starting out. When making like my first top 13 scariest creepypastas video, I'm like very much a rip-off of them, which I will fully admit. Sometimes I disagreed with what certain creepypasta YouTubers were saying, so I was like, hey, let's make my own channel. And that's basically what started it, and because my first creepypasta video blew up and a lot of people watched it and wanted more.
Wow. 2 facts that are great and good and interesting. So nice. Wow.
Do you want to die, David?
Always.
You sound very disturbed.
You can make a creepypasta off my dad.
Oh yeah.
I can sell it. Alright, a third question.
Yeah.
Have you been asked to join conventions and stuff by people?
Haven't been asked.
That's surprising, actually. That's
Yeah.
in Sweden at least. Yeah, because would you have like a small mini one? Maybe you're just a very niche.
I guess
thing.
so, because I'm not a Swedish YouTuber, or like I don't speak Swedish. So
That makes sense. I guess. I mean, we wouldn't be freaking called either, I guess.
No, I guess because I'm more international. Is it international, like worldwide or whatever.
That's right.
I guess therefore I haven't been approached because they're unsure if there would be a lot of people who would come just for me.
It is a little surprising. I don't know. It feels like you would have like politely declined or something. Like, please no.
I haven't been asked.
So you like acting, huh?
I like acting.
That's question number 4. Why acting?
Why acting?
The whole shebang. Why?
Because as a child I was completely enamored with movies, with acting, with stuff like Star Wars, Harry Potter especially. Really putting myself into those movies in my mind, like if I was in this movie I would do this, I would do that. As I grew a little older and started looking at behind the scenes business from like different films and stuff, I was like, that looks so much fun, I want to make movies like this. I think my parents, they applied me to a theater class, and I remember going there. At first I was a little unsure because I was like, what's this? I found myself really enjoying it, and I was like, well, like 6 or 7 by that point. And I remember really enjoying acting in theater, and I kept going through that. I kept watching movies, I kept being inspired, and I just realized that I am a creative person, and that's what I want to do with my life.
That's pretty cool. Huh. That's really dope. Look at your finger ad. You like Sweden?
I like what?
You like Sweden?
I love Sweden, honestly. I could not ask for a better country to have grown up in, a better country to live in.
Wow.
I love the people, I love how friendly everyone is, and a lot of them very calm, very collected. I love Sweden. I really like it, and I love that I've been able to experience it, and I was able to be a part of it growing up. So Sweden's great. I like Sweden.
Look at you go. He loves it here, where he grew up. well, fudge. 5 facts. Oh, the 6th one. What would you like to do if not acting or YouTube?
Be a musician. Make music. Because I think...
Is that how you get through?
Yeah. Video making, acting, and making music. All of those things are very creative arts. And I just find it very stimulating to create my own stuff. So if I wasn't a YouTuber, if I wasn't a actor, I'd love to be a musician and come up with new ways to challenge myself and new ways to, make music.
Just creative all around, huh?
Oh yeah.
No, none of that working in an office space. No? Why not? It looks so fun.
Oh yeah, that's
a cubicle, you have a little cat poster with the hang in there.
Oh yeah, I can personalize my little cubicle.
Yeah, I thought that
no privacy.
It's like den svenska drömmen.
Now you're just plugging your movie right now.
Yeah, here's the IMDb, here's the poster. Fantastic, check it out.
He puts it in.
Check it out, it's on YouTube. Same cameraman in this video.
Wow, and what a good job he's been doing.
Oh yeah.
Holding it still. Shaky cam again. Look at him. Oh boy.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh. Why? How many things did I ask you? 7 or 8? Yeah, I asked you 7.
6.
6. Oh. 7. All right. What's your favorite game?
Favorite game? Oh, Silent Hill 2. I love Silent Hill 2 so
The horror boy
much.
keeps with the horror.
Horror boy keeps with the horror. Silent Hill 2, pretty much the perfect game to represent just depression and how depression feels. I think a lot of people have this preconceived notion that Silent Hill is just in your face, like the scariest thing you've ever played. Silent Hill 2 has a much more stripped back approach, much more psychological, much more, instead of being scared of what's right in front of you, you're scared of what might possibly be in the distance, I guess, so to speak.
Playing with the expectation of the greatest thing to fear is fear itself, right?
Oh yeah. I love the story. I love how emotional it gets. The characters, each and every one of them have flaws that they either choose to overcome or let them overpower them. And there's so much expert symbolism in there, a lot of really nice attention to detail. While I will admit that the controls are a little hard to grasp and the combat system isn't the best, I think the atmosphere, the oppressive atmosphere that is in there, and the truly human and genuine story that is in there definitely makes up for it, and it's probably one of the games that has affected me the most in terms of like just completely raw human emotion.
Wow.
And I love it.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I never played it myself. But...
You should. I mean, it's very hard to come across nowadays, and you definitely do not want to play the HD remake.
Okay.
Because it's buggy, it's terrible. The people who made it, they lost the source code for the original games. But they were like, and so they had to work off of like a beta build of the game, which is the worst. Also, it was like a huge kerfuffle back when they wanted to release it. You know what they wanted to do? They wanted to take the original actors, cut them out, re-record every line with new actors, and then release it as is. The worst thing ever, let me tell you that much. And a lot of people were extremely upset by that because you had an emotional connection with the original cast, with the original actors. Sure, you can get Hollywood actors in your movies, but the way that Silent Hill 2 did it makes it feel so much more genuine, so much more human, and so much more drenched in just reality and the way the characters emote their lines. Like, it just feels much more real. It doesn't feel like a play or like acting. It feels much more real in a sense. And like, if you take a look at like the final few moments of Silent Hill 2, the acting there is just flawless. It is some of the most beautiful shit that I've ever come across. And that just goes to show that I think the developers knew what they were doing when they were making Silent Hill 2 back in the day.
Number 8, Dennis. Would you ever consider doing like a live show reading to fans about like creepypastas and stuff? And
so like a live stream?
Like you'd read, not live stream, but like live show. Like you'd be kind of like on a stage. They'd be like the photos of the thing. You'd read it out. You know, like talk to your fans about it. Like how bad is that?
Oh, you mean like on stage?
Like a proper stage of like your fans that come to see you live. Like
that's a great idea, actually. I love that. That'd be dope.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah.
You're welcome. The live reading of them is coming in 2019.
We'll see.
Promise.
Yeah.
Worst day of your YouTubing? We're not counting deleting your channel.
Worst day of my YouTube channel. Probably getting involved in shit that doesn't concern me.
Ooh, saucy, juicy.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think I'm a person who hates conflict. What I realize is that I have a hard time, like, completely, like, going all in like, a certain direction. Because I very easily fold
I
when it comes to that stuff. I know it's stupid to want to please everybody.
Obviously.
You can't. My biggest missteps is not considering every option or going in knowing that perhaps I'm not comfortable with this, but then I do it anyways, and then just realizing, hey, this isn't what I want, and I don't want to be in the limelight. I don't want to be in the spotlight, and that's why I want to, like, for the most part, attempt to keep my channel more entertainment based and not very serious. So yeah, that's that.
Wow. Look at that. That's an interesting show.
Oh, yeah.
That's a mystery.
Mr.
You know what? Number 10 will be hopefully a nice one. Where do you want to go from here?
Where do I want to go from here? I want to keep doing what I'm doing. I want to steadily expand. I want to continue the acting. I want to continue making movies, making YouTube videos as well. Would love to start doing more reviews of like horror movies or movies in general. Video games, definitely want to start doing video game reviews. And just in general talking about stuff that I love. And I definitely also want to get my music out there because I have been working on music for a while. I just never have built up the courage to share it with the world.
Man, just get yourself a nice iTunes playlist and
Yeah, definitely.
there you go.
We'll see about that.
Wow. That's awesome. You talented man.
Sure.
10 facts of HoodoHoodlum's Revenge. There you have it. You're welcome.
Wow.
I was someone. He was Hood.
What? Okay.
I'm getting cold. That was good timing.
Oh yeah.
Who is it?
Please excuse the poor quality of this video.
Is Dennis's videos a lot more high quality? Hello, you're on camera. What do you want, Emilio? Oh. Yes, I guess. Goodbye. No, just go. Just go.
Uh,
Just go.